Hey guys, welcome to Food and Frolic. So today I'm extremely excited to share with you my very first dessert recipe on this channel because I've never shared desserts before. I've always kept it sort of a secret. But anyway, we'll be making a chocolate tart without baking with just 4 ingredients. So let's get started. We first start with around 25 Oreo cookies. So these quantities which I'm sharing with you today are for 9-inch chocolate tarts. But in case you want to make a bigger or smaller tart, adjust the quantities of all ingredients accordingly. And one last cookie that you can see, the 26th cookie, just pop it straight into your mouth. I know you want to have it. Don't feel guilty, it's a part of the recipe. So what we are going to do with the cookies is that we are going to blend them and make a very fine powder so that it forms the base of the chocolate tart. But for the powder to actually hold its shape and form the base, we need to add some butter, which is around 6 tablespoons of butter. And blend it one more time so that the butter is well incorporated. Here I'm using a 9-inch loose bottom tart pan which I recently bought, but before I had one I would just make it in a plate with edges and it would come out just perfect. Now throw in all the blended mixture into the pan and try to spread it across evenly. Now get rid of the spatula and give it a good tap so that we do not have any air bubbles. Now using your fingertips, just try to spread the powdered Oreo across the pan, including the edges. By the way, you can find all the ingredients with their quantities in the description below. And now this goes straight into the refrigerator till we make the tart filling. So for the filling, I've taken 400 grams of dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. And once it gets blended in the butter and the cream, it loses its bitterness, which is kind of a sad thing. But in case you like your dessert sweeter, you must try this with regular milk chocolate. Now we are going to use the double boiler technique to melt our butter and cream. By double boiler, I mean we take some water in a pot. Once the water has started boiling, we place a bowl on top, into which we then add our cream and give it a good stir. So this technique will ensure that all the ingredients which you add in do not get overcooked and they do not start to burn. So once the cream is nice and smooth, we add in our butter. The butter really does not have to be melted. You can use the butter straight out of the fridge because we actually want the butter to melt along with the cream so that it is well incorporated. And once the mixture of cream and butter has come together, we take it off the flame. Now if you notice, I still haven't taken the bowl out of the pan. This is just to ensure that the heat is retained, and we add the chocolate. I strongly recommend not to keep the pan on the flame while adding the chocolate, or to just ensure that the mixture is not too hot, because otherwise the butter will start separating itself and there will be a layer of butter on your tart, which has happened to me before. So learn from my mistakes and you make your new ones. Now once we have added the chocolate, we'll give it a gentle stir so that it has all come in together. And as you can see, the consistency of it should be very flowy. Once it has cooled down a bit, we will take the Oreo base out of the refrigerator and pour this mixture on top like a pro. Now give it a gentle tap to ensure that there are no air bubbles and keep it in the refrigerator to set overnight. Once it's set in the refrigerator, the next day your tart should look like this. Looks gorgeous, right? And you can eat it straight away. But in case you want your tart to look fancy, you can garnish it with any sort of fruits or berries that you have handy. So I'm using some strawberries here. I'm keeping all the leaves so that they add some color. I'm throwing in some raspberries, some blueberries, but it is completely optional because it won't change the taste of the tart at all. Now here you go with my awkward cutting skills again. But hey, don't judge me because the plate isn't flat. But yeah, you can judge me on my wrong choice of plate. You can see how soft and smooth it is. Now you'd ask me at this point, Akshada, how does it really taste? To which I'm going to tell you straight up that you need to try this out for yourself. But to describe it in words, it tastes kind of like a really smooth and dense and creamy chocolate which is spread over the Oreos which were dunked in butter. Oh my god, does that not sound like heaven to you? You need to try this out. Let me know in the comments below how you like this recipe and subscribe for more.